He's a European, I'm an American. Why don't we kind of meet in the middle in New York City? We decided to secretly get married without telling anybody. Meeting with Martin, it's like a totally different mentality. Life is just not about just working. It's about, spending time together, making memories together. I have 2 kids. One's 5. The second one is 2.5. Like, she actually responds back in Dutch. Like, that's how effective, being able to hear it like 24/7.
Hi everyone, today I have a very special guest. She is the founder of Honey and Akimiro, and she is an amazing woman. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into it.
All right, hi everybody, I'm Doris. Happy to be here with Nari today and honored to be her first guest. I'm currently in Seattle, Washington right now with my family. I have 2 kids, one's 5, the second one is 2.5. I'm an apparel designer. I was born in Hong Kong, but I moved to the Bay Area when I was 7. As soon as I graduated, I went to Europe. I went to Italy for a year to get my master's in graphics. I landed an internship with a Dutch designer in Amsterdam. Well, back then, my geography wasn't so great. I thought Amsterdam was actually in London or like in England. Like, I was like, okay, wherever Amsterdam, I don't care. I'm just gonna go there. Decided I wanted to do another internship, and so I went to Berlin, Germany, and that's where I met my husband, Martin, on the street. We both talked like, okay, what can we do? He's a European, I'm an American, and we said, okay, well, why don't we kind of meet in the middle in New York City? Because that's also the capital of fashion, where it's a great place for me to start my career. We decided to secretly get married without telling anybody. Of course, my mom got really mad. The Asian parent side is always like, how can you lie and hide this from me? His family side was like all good. They're like, okay, sure, that's fine. And so we worked there, lived in a tiny apartment, part of like a 300 square foot, like junior 1-bedroom in the Upper East. And we wanted to get our own place, buy our own home, and the Bay Area is just so expensive for us. So we Googled like what's the 10 top cities in the United States, and yeah, Seattle kept popping up as like one of the top 10, and we're like, okay. I remember so clearly because it's right on Thanksgiving. We had Thanksgiving dinner with the family, and then the next day we just drove up. Lucky that we chose this place. It's so kids friendly, so many great outdoors things to do. I just realized how beautiful this city is. You look around, you're surrounded by water, you're surrounded by mountains and trees, and yeah, especially when the sun is out, because we don't get that a lot. So when the sun's actually out and the sky is blue and just lit up the whole city, and it is so breathtaking. It's so pretty. And I miss California so much, and I compared it to San Francisco. I'm like, okay, this is prettier than San Francisco, and there's great things in both sides, both worlds. There's always good and bad and everything. I think we just need to keep reminding ourselves to focus on the better things and the good things where we at.
So the rain during the, winter season isn't that bad?
It's bad if you're just at home and you can't go anywhere. But when you're working regular job that you're working all day, you're inside anyway, so you don't realize like it's pouring and gray outside. Yeah, this week I felt it because I spent the whole week at home, not working, and so when it's gray and dark, it's like, ugh, kind of, yeah, a downer. You just need that one day out of like the 1 week of rain and gray, then yeah, you feel fine again.
When it's like rainy days during the winter, like what do you guys usually do?
We try to not let the weather detain us. So even it's rainy outside, we will still try to get them bundled up, and we still go out. We take them to the park, we take them to the playground, and I'm constantly every weekend looking at parentsmap.com or redtricycle.com just to see what's happening that, the weekend that we can do or go to. I have a soccer class for Mika every Saturday, so that's also a way to get us to make sure we go outside and not cooped up inside the house all day.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Reina, she has a swimming class every Sunday, so that's also something that she can look forward to every weekend.
Yeah, that at least make them feel normal, right? Like it's so cute that we discovered like little spots. For example, one of them was at Magnuson Park. There's a bike trail in Seattle that like runs pretty much the whole city. It's Burke Gilman Trail, and also the Ravenna Park. It's just cute, like this little forested area that's like in the middle of this neighborhood. Like you wouldn't know it if you just walk past it. Like because it's like kind of hidden and you just have to bike through it. And I could name so many more. There's so many cute, like another one's Discovery Park. It's this beautiful like big trail park next to the water. There's a lighthouse, but we loved it because it's just like a small easy hike with kids, and then like out of nowhere there's like this big sandy area where they can just play. You know, don't tell people how great it is here, or like, oh, just keep telling people it rains a lot here. I'm like, what? So it's true that like people really want to keep this, you know, as low key as possible. And
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
the secret is out, and everybody is moving here. Well, not everybody. I'm trying to get people I know to move here.
Also, good thing about Seattle is you can kind of drive down to Portland or drive up to Vancouver.
Yeah, exactly. I want a big city, like a city that feels big and spacious that I can go and travel around. But yeah, it's nice that we're only 2 hours drive to Vancouver and 3 hours to Portland, and you're in another country in 2 hours. That's amazing. She just started kindergarten this year, and I mean, unfortunately, it's remotely, you know, like it's not like a normal kindergarten. But she's so positive, and she's still excited about it, and makes me like, wow, like I'm glad, because we told her like, oh, you're not actually going into school, you're gonna be at home, and she's like, so I'm still in school. I'm like, okay, great, I like that attitude. Oh, by the way, tips here. If you're gonna stay the Airbnb, like just do it for like the winter, because in Seattle, if you do in the summer, the prices of the Airbnb is so crazy expensive. We ended up staying at a small, tiny one-bedroom apartment, paying like $4,500 a month. And during the winter, it was like $2,000 that we paid for a one bedroom. But in the summer, all the interns come in from all these tech companies that like they know, you know, people can afford that. So we're like, okay, big mistake, not gonna make that happen, you know, make that